Hey guys, welcome to Meshfulworks YouTube channel. In today's video, we're going to make this Japanese stone lantern. It's going to be quite simple and easy to create. We'll start from the base and work our way up to the top. First, add a plane. We don't need to worry too much about dimensions for now. As long as the proportion looks right, we can always scale it later. So I'm just eyeballing it for now. Next, add a Subdivision Surface modifier. Then go into Edit mode by pressing Tab and switch to Face Select mode by pressing 3. And then extrude it. Right now it looks a bit weird and circular, but we'll fix that later. If you are unsure about which key I'm pressing, check out the screencast keys on the screen. Now switch back to Edge Select mode and select this 4-corner edge. Press Shift E on the keyboard to increase the edge crease. Do the same for the bottom edge here, Shift E again, and there we go. Next, I'm going to increase the subdivision level to smooth it out more. Now I need to adjust the edge profile to make it closer to the reference image. Let's pause for a moment and add edge crease again to the corner edge. We'll be doing this quite a few times throughout the process. Turn on X-ray mode to make it easier to select the edge. Now press Shift E again to add the crease. The bottom part is done and the profile now looks close to the reference image. So let's move on to the middle part of the lantern. We'll do the same steps as before. Extrude the face, scale it up or down, repeat this a few times, then select the corner edge and increase the crease. I want to add that sharp bevel at the bottom of the middle part by adding the edge loop, then increase the edge crease. Now I understand that modeling like this can be a bit confusing, especially if you are very new to Blender. The rounded look you are seeing comes from using the Subdivision Surface modifier, Basically, it tries to smooth out the geometry. If an edge has a crease value of 0 or even minus, it gets smoothed out, which makes the object look round. That's why we've been increasing the edge crease to maintain sharper edge where needed. Usually for simpler models, I prefer to use loop cuts to control edge sharpness. But in this case, since I want the object to have clean, minimal geometry and still maintain sharp edge, I'm using the edge crease method instead. It helps keep the mesh lightweight and easier to manage. This part still looks too large, so we'll scale it down to better match the reference. This part still doesn't look quite right to me. Probably needs an edge crease as well here. The gap in reference is much smaller, so I'll scale it along the z-axis to match it better. This will be the final part for this object. The upper section will be a separate mesh. That vertex isn't aligned properly with the ones on the other side. I can't snap it because I'm using the vertex slide feature by pressing G twice on the keyboard. So instead I'm just eyeballing it here since it doesn't really need to be perfectly aligned. Now we are modeling the rectangular section. First, this top face isn't needed, so I dissolve the edge to remove it. To get a plane with the same size, select the face, duplicate it, and move it upward. While the face is still selected, press P to separate it from the main mesh. You'll notice that the edge is purple, which means the edge crease is set to 1. We'll reduce it to 0 or less and delete the Subdivision Surface modifier. Now we add a loop cut and snap it to the top edge. Then move it down along the z-axis. And do the same thing for the bottom edge. Don't forget for the face on the inside too, and snap it to the edge on the outside. Then we add another loop cut for the vertical edge. Press Ctrl R and scroll the mouse wheel to increase the number of cuts. I'm adding 4 cuts and dissolving the middle 2 so we got evenly spaced edge loops. Now, to make the tiny window, switch to face selection mode. Select the face on both the inside and outside, then go to the Edge, Bridge Edge Loops. Repeat that on all 4 sides. Now just 2 parts remain. For the roof, we'll model it using the Subdivision Surface method again. I'm turning on the wireframe overlay because the edges are a bit hard to see. Add another plane, move it upward and scale it up slightly. Then, just like before, extrude and scale the face to shape it. After that, select the corner edge and press Shift E to increase the edge crease and sharpen those corners. Now we want the corner to have a pointy upward curve. To do that, we need to add an edge in the middle to act as an anchor. Then select the 4 corners and press G, then move them upward. The middle part looks a bit thinner than the corners, so switch to vertex mode and move the top vertex down slightly to adjust the shape. Now for the final part, the rounded section at the top of the lantern. I initially considered using a UV sphere, but instead I'm using a plane with a subdivide method since the shape isn't perfectly round. Now we increase the crease on the bottom edge. I tried modeling this part as a single piece, but you can also create it as a separate mesh if that's easier. Let's turn off the wireframe overlay. And there we go. It's looking pretty close to the reference, right? Now we'll just tweak a few parts before moving on to texturing. I'm turning on proportional editing, so when I move an edge, nearby edges are affected too. This helps create smoother transitions when adjusting the shape. Now that the model is complete, let's switch the viewport to material preview mode. This will be a very basic texturing process. We are using the Blender Kit add-on to get the materials. Just drag and drop the material into the mesh. Next, select the mesh that already has the material applied, then press A to select all other mesh. Now press Ctrl+L and choose Link Materials. This applies the same material to all selected objects. The texture looks stretched. That's because we haven't set up the UVs yet. To fix that quickly, select everything, then press U and go to UV Smart UV Project. Now the texture looks much better. We still have some sharp edge, so let's add a slight bevel. To do that, add a bevel modifier and set the limit method to weight. Press N to open the side panel, make sure you are in edit mode, and look for the mean bevel weight. Increase the mean bevel weight to control how much bevel is applied. I want to add bevels to this 4 corner edge, so I'll increase their bevel weight. Then adjust the segment value in the bevel modifier to smooth out the corners. Do the same for the roof part. And that's it. The model is ready to use in your scene. Let me know if this tutorial helped you. If you enjoyed the video, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe for more content in the future. Thank you.